Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict Palantir stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Palantir stock did not fall too much on Monday, but the willingness of intraday bulls to push up the stock price does not seem strong. The current price of the stock is below the 5-day moving average, but it has not deviated too much, which shows that the bulls of the stock are still trying to maintain the stock price at a certain height, but the upward trend of the stock seems to be slightly damaged. The trading volume of the stock has not increased significantly in the past 3 days, which shows that the market has become very cautious. Although the data shows that the cumulative net inflow of the stock in the past 3 days is higher than the net outflow, the stock seems to have felt a certain selling pressure in the area above $126. Through the 30-minute chart of the stock, we can see that the stock price fell deeply from May 6th to 7th and the trading volume increased significantly. This is a signal that long capital has intervened in the stock again, and then the stock has experienced 2 waves of large-scale pull-ups. The stock's trading volume increased significantly on May 13th and the stock price rose strongly, but then the stock price lost its upward momentum. Some funds seem to have flowed out of the market, but the cumulative outflow amount did not seem to be large. On May 19th, the stock price opened low and went high, but the stock price remained at a certain height at the close. Such price behavior shows that the stock seems to be still supported by bullish forces, and the bullish capital that pushed the stock price up may not have withdrawn on a large scale. But the question now is that the stock seems to have formed a certain resistance in the $126.30 to $133.40 area. Can the stock price break through this area? I have some doubts. If the stock price can completely stand above $133.40, then we can indeed expect the stock price to rise further, but there seems to be no catalyst in the current market to drive the stock price to rise further, and it may be difficult to rely on the power of capital alone. At the same time, I am also worried whether the profit capital of the stock is gradually withdrawing from the market with the help of the market's buying enthusiasm, which means that even if the stock price stands at the $133.40 level, it does not mean that the stock will usher in another wave of upward trend. Of course, if the stock price adjusts downward, the support position of the stock is very obvious. Both $120 and $115 are the current key support positions of the stock. Through the position distribution data of the stock, we can see that in the past 5 trading days, the stock has generated a large number of positions in the $120.50 to $133.40 area. This is the most confusing area because some funds may have withdrawn from the market in this area. The stock is currently in the middle of this area, which shows that the bulls of the stock have not lost their positions and are still in control of the situation. So if the stock stands at the level of $133.40, will the next target price of the stock be at the level of $150? I think this possibility is not great. The stock has accumulated a lot of profitable capital. The recent high consolidation of the stock price shows that the stock is currently facing a correction pressure. If the stock price rises further, the stock will face greater selling pressure. If capital chooses to sell, the stock may enter a correction trend at any time. Barron's previously reported on Palantir's high valuation and 3-year beta, which represents the stock's volatility relative to the broader market. A beta greater than 1 indicates that the stock is more volatile than the market itself. As of the end of March report, Palantir's 3-year beta was 1.8. According to Dow Jones market data, the number has dropped slightly to 1.5 after the latest check. In addition, Palantir's valuation remains high. The latest data shows that the stock's price-to-earnings ratio is 198 times its 12-month expected earnings. Some Wall Street analysts are bearish on the stock because they believe that the current price of the stock is too high and does not match its profitability. The average price target for Palantir stock given by Wall Street analysts in the past 3 months is $102, which is far below the current price of the stock. This is the trading volume of Palantir stock based on the distribution of strike prices for options expiring on May 30th. Although call options account for a higher proportion of trading volume, put options are also heavily traded. The distribution of call option trading volume reflects that the stock's current upward trend may hit the $150 level, while the put option reflects that the stock may pull back to $110 or below. I think that after the consolidation of the stock, its stock price is more likely to adjust downward. Let's go back to the daily chart of the stock. If we take month as the unit, the stock is currently in an upward trend. Although the stock price fell slightly on Monday, the upward trend of the stock has not been seriously damaged. When the stock price was high last week, it seemed that some funds withdrew from the market in order to avoid the risk of a stock price correction, but the cumulative outflow amount was limited, so it was reasonable for the stock price to rebound again. But the problem now is that the stock seems to lack some catalysts for further rise, and it seems that the stock price cannot be pushed to the $150 level only by capital promotion. And the trading volume of the stock has shrunk significantly in the past 3 days, which shows that the market's buying activity has declined somewhat. If the stock price rises further, then the stock may face greater selling pressure. In conclusion, I think the stock may rise further, but it is expected that the stock price will hardly break through the $135.50 level, and then the stock will experience a correction, and the target price will be in the $115.20 to $120.50 area. Okay, guys, this is my price prediction for Palantir stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.